I told her the truth, and she just stood there, frozen, unable to say a word. It was a Tuesday evening. I was carrying groceries up the stairs when Mrs. Chun stopped me on the third-floor landing. She's lived in this building for 20 years, knows everyone, remembers everything. The kind of neighbor who asks questions that feel harmless until they're not. Still alone, I see, she said, smiling. Not mean, just observant. I nodded. You're a good boy. Decent job. Nice face. Why are you still single? I could have smiled. Could have said something easy. Haven't found the right one yet. Too busy with work. The lines people expect. But I didn't. I looked at her, and I said something I'd never said out loud before. Her smile disappeared. She opened her mouth, closed it, stared at me like I'd just told her the sky was falling. She hasn't asked me anything since. Let me go back. Let me tell you why. My name is Daniel. I'm 31. I work in graphic design, freelance mostly, which means I spend a lot of time at home. I live in a small apartment on the 4th floor of an old building in the city. Nothing fancy. 1 bedroom, a kitchen that barely fits 2 people, a balcony where I drink coffee in the mornings. I've lived here for 6 years. And for 2 of those years, she lived right below me. Her name was Elliot, short for Elliot. French mother, American father. She moved in on a Saturday in March. I remember because I was on my balcony when the moving truck pulled up. I watched her carry boxes. She was wearing an oversized sweater and jeans. Hair tied back. No makeup. She looked tired but determined. I didn't think much of it. But then I started noticing her. In the hallway. At the mailboxes. On the stairs. She had this way of smiling that felt private. Like she was keeping a secret and didn't mind if you knew. Her voice was soft but clear. She didn't talk much, but when she did, you listened. We became the kind of neighbors who say hello, who hold the door, who nod and smile. Nothing more. Until the day the power went out. It was late July. A thunderstorm knocked out the electricity in half the building. I was sitting in the dark, candles lit, when I heard a knock. I opened the door. Elliot stood there, holding a flashlight. Hey, sorry to bother you. Do you have any batteries? Mine just died. I let her in. We sat on my couch. She looked around. Your place is nice. Minimalist. I don't like clutter, I said. Me neither. She smiled. But I have too many books. Clutter finds me. We talked for 2 hours. About books, movies, cities we'd lived in. She told me she was a translator. Worked from home, just like me. She loved old films. Black and white. Subtitles didn't bother her. She could watch the same movie 5 times and notice something new each time. I told her I used to paint. Before design. But I stopped because I got too critical of my own work. That's sad, she said quietly. You should start again. Maybe. No. Really. You should. When the lights came back on, she stood up. Thanked me. Left. But something shifted that night. After that, we ran into each other more. Or maybe I just started noticing more. She'd knock on my door sometimes. I'm making pasta. Want some? Or, I bought too much wine. Help me finish this. I'd say yes. Always yes. We'd sit on her couch, or mine. We'd talk. We'd laugh. We'd fall into these comfortable silences that didn't feel awkward. I started looking forward to those evenings. I started listening for her footsteps below me. And then one night, she said something I wasn't ready for. We were on my balcony. It was September. Cool air. She was wrapped in a blanket, holding a mug of tea. I like this, she said. What? This. Being here. With you. I looked at her. She looked back. I like it too, I said. She smiled. A real smile. Not the secret one. The open one. Good, she whispered. That's when I realized. I was falling for her. No, I had already fallen. But I didn't say it. I didn't know how. I didn't know if she felt the same. I didn't want to ruin what we had. So I stayed quiet. And we kept going like that. Dinners. Movies. Long conversations. Sitting close, but not too close. Hands almost touching, but never quite. It was torture. Beautiful torture. Then November came. She knocked on my door on a Thursday night. I opened it, expecting her usual smile. But she looked different. Sad. Tense. Can I come in? Of course. We sat. She didn't say anything for a long time. I got a job offer, she finally said. My chest tightened. That's great. It's in Paris. Oh, my mom's company. They need someone for a long-term project. 2 years, maybe more. I didn't know what to say. It's a good opportunity, she continued. Really good. The kind I've been waiting for. Then you should take it. She looked at me. You think so? I forced a smile. Yeah, of course. She nodded slowly. I haven't decided yet. But I could see it in her eyes. She'd already decided. The next few weeks were strange. We still saw each other. But there was this weight between us now. This thing we weren't saying. I wanted to tell her. I wanted to say, asterisk, don't go. Stay here. Stay with me. Asterisk, but I didn't. Because I had no right. We weren't together. We were just neighbors. Just friends. What could I offer her? A cramped apartment? A freelance life? Uncertainty? She deserved Paris. She deserved everything. So I stayed silent. The day before she left, she came to my door one last time. I wanted to say goodbye, she said. Her eyes were red. Safe travels, I said. She stepped closer. Daniel. Yeah. She stopped. Shook her head. Never mind. I wanted to grab her hand. Pull her close. Tell her everything. But I didn't. She left the next morning. I watched from my balcony as the taxi pulled away. And that was it. For a while, we texted. She'd send pictures of Paris. Cafes. Streets. Sunsets. I'd send back simple replies. Looks amazing. Glad you're doing well. But slowly, the messages became less frequent. Then they stopped. I told myself it was better this way. But I didn't believe it. Months passed. A year. Then another. I stayed in the same apartment. The same building. The same floor. Her apartment below me was rented to a young couple. Then to a student. Then to someone else. But every time I walked past that door, I thought of her. Every time I sat on my balcony, I remembered her wrapped in a blanket, smiling at me. I went on a few dates. Tried. Really tried. But none of them felt right. None of them were her. People asked me why I was still single. Friends. Family. Co-workers. I'd shrug it off. Just haven't found the right person. But that wasn't true. I had found her. I just let her go. Then, 6 months ago, something happened. I was walking home from the corner store when I saw someone standing outside the building. A woman. Dark coat. Suitcase beside her. My heart stopped. Elliot. She turned. Saw me. For a second, neither of us moved. Then she smiled. That same private smile. Hey, neighbor. I couldn't speak. She walked toward me. I'm back. Not permanently. Just a few months. Work project. Here. She nodded. Yeah. They reassigned me. I'm staying at a hotel nearby, but I wanted to see the old place. See if you were still here. I'm still here. I can see that. She looked at me. Really looked. You look good. So do you. We stood there. Two strangers who weren't strangers. Do you want to come up? I asked. For coffee. She hesitated. Then nodded. Yeah. I'd like that. We went upstairs. I made coffee. We sat on the same couch. It felt like no time had passed. And also like everything had changed. How's Paris? I asked. Beautiful. Exhausting. Lonely sometimes. Lonely. She looked down at her cup. Yeah. I thought it would feel like home eventually. But it never did. Why not? She didn't answer right away. Then, quietly. Because home wasn't a place. I didn't know what to say to that. We talked for hours. She told me about her work. The people she'd met. The places she'd seen. I told her about my projects. My routine. The building. But we didn't talk about the thing that mattered. We didn't talk about us. She started visiting more. 2 or 3 times a week. We'd have dinner. Watch old films. Fall back into our rhythm. And I felt it again. That ache. That hope. That fear. One night, we were on my balcony again. Just like before. She turned to me. Can I ask you something? Sure. Why didn't you ever tell me? My throat tightened. Tell you what? That you felt something. Back then. Before I left. I stared at her. I knew, Daniel. I could see it. The way you looked at me. The way you'd find excuses to be near me. I knew. Then why didn't you say anything? My voice cracked. Because I was scared. Her eyes filled with tears. I was leaving. And I didn't want to make it harder. I thought if we didn't say it out loud, it would hurt less. Did it? She shook her head. No. We sat in silence. I thought about you every day, she whispered. In Paris. In every cafe. Every street. I kept thinking, what if I'd stayed? What if I'd been brave enough to ask you to wait for me? I would have, I said. I would have waited. She looked at me, tears streaming down her face. I know. I reached for her hand. She didn't pull away. I'm here now, she said. For a few months. And then I go back. To Paris. Yeah. And then what? I don't know. She squeezed my hand. I don't know, Daniel. We didn't kiss that night. Didn't cross that line. But something changed. We spent every evening together. We talked. We laughed. We allowed ourselves to be close in ways we never had before. And it was perfect. And it was breaking my heart. Because I knew it was temporary. I knew she'd leave again. And this time, I didn't know if I could watch her go. 3 weeks ago, she told me her project was ending. She had 2 weeks left. I nodded, said I was happy for her. But I wasn't. I was dying inside. Come with me, she said one night. I looked at her shocked. To Paris. Come with me. Elliot, I know it's crazy. I know it's a lot to ask. But I can't do this again. I can't leave you again. Your life is there. My life is wherever you are. I wanted to say yes. God, I wanted to. But I couldn't. My work was here. My clients. My stability. And more than that, I was terrified. Terrified that if I went, it wouldn't work. Terrified that I'd uproot everything and lose her anyway. Terrified that love wasn't enough. I can't, I whispered. She closed her eyes. Nodded. Okay. I'm sorry. Don't be. She smiled through her tears. I understand. But I'm not sure she did. We didn't see each other much after that. She was busy packing, wrapping things up, and I was avoiding her because I didn't know how to say goodbye again. Then, 2 days ago, Mrs. Chen asked me that question. Why are you still single? And I looked at her, and I said, because the woman I love lives in another country. And I was too scared to tell her when it mattered. And now it's too late. And I don't know if I'll ever feel this way about anyone else. So I'd rather be alone than settle for something that isn't her. Mrs. Chun just stared. She didn't say anything. She didn't need to. I walked upstairs, unlocked my door, sat on my couch, and I realized something. I'd been so afraid of losing her that I never really let myself have her. Not 2 years ago. Not now. I'd been protecting myself, building walls, convincing myself that silence was safer than risk. But all I'd done was lose her twice. I stood up, grabbed my phone, typed a message. Asterisk, I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. I love you. I've loved you since the night the power went out. Maybe before. I don't want to be safe anymore. I don't want to be alone. If the offer still stands, I'm coming with you. To Paris. To wherever. I don't care. I just want to be with you. Asterisk, I hit send. And I waited. 5 minutes. 10. 20. Nothing. Maybe she didn't want to respond. Maybe I'd waited too long. Then, my door opened. I spun around. Elliot stood there, phone in hand, tears in her eyes. You didn't lock your door, she said. I never do when you're around. She walked toward me, slowly, stopped right in front of me. Did you mean it? She whispered. Every word. She kissed me, and it felt like coming home. We pulled apart, foreheads touching. We're really doing this? I asked. Yeah, she said, smiling. We're really doing this. I don't know what happens next. I don't know if Paris will work. If we'll work. If love is enough to build a life on. But I know I'm done being afraid. I know I'm done letting her go. Tomorrow, I'll start packing. I'll email my clients. I'll figure out the logistics. And in 2 weeks, I'll get on a plane. With her. Maybe Mrs. Chun was right to ask. Maybe I needed someone to hold up a mirror. To make me see what I'd been doing to myself. I wasn't single because I couldn't find someone. I was single because I'd already found her. I just needed to be brave enough to keep her. So when people ask me now, I'll tell them the truth. I'm not single. I'm in love. And I'm finally doing something about it. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thanks.